Welcome everyone to the part 2 of extruding. Like I explained in the part 1, I'm going to show you how to create a spaceship using the extruding method. Now, there are a couple of things I want to highlight before I begin the tutorial. One, I'm not referring to any of the sketch. I don't have any sketch at the moment. So I'm just going to create something which comes out of my mind, and if I think that a new feature should be added, I will do it along the way. And the second thing is that it's a spaceship. So if you want to create a spaceship, you might want to refer to some of the spaceship that you have seen in the movies, but feel free to have any design concept that you have. It doesn't matter whether it's a standard or rather very common to the movie spaceship model, or it can be your own design. That's much more better. So in this case, I'm not referring to any of the ships. I'm just going to create something along the way. And one more small thing, I have to highlight the fact that I'm working with very limited resources on my laptop. So the file can crash, this tutorial can crash. I will try my best to create it in the less details as much as possible. But it doesn't mean that you have to give less details. Make sure you add more details, and if your PC is capable, you can create very advanced and complex spaceships. In my case, since I have very limited resources, I'll be limiting my spaceship model to a very few details. Okay, so I'm going to be creating this in 2 or 3 parts. I'm not going to create in the single design, because one thing, my PC is like I said, it's running on low resources. The other thing is I want to make it organized so that I can bring all these parts together. So I'm going to start by creating the parts like this. I'm going to create the exhaust system of the ship, and the body of the ship, and the front of the ship. And if you have if you need any weapons like guns and missiles or anything, you can create them separately. So I'm going to start with the exhaust system of the ship. I'm going to go to File, click on Save Scene, and I'm going to save this as the ship exhaust. Alright, so we have saved the file before you create anything. Now in the tutorial I showed you that you can use a cube, a polygon cube, to extrude, and also the name is known as the box modeling. But it doesn't necessarily say that you have to start with a box. You can start with any polygon that I want. It's a personal decision that you have to make. From which object are you going to create, or do you prefer to create your objects? Now for the exhaust system, I prefer to create it with a cylinder. So I'm going to create a polygon cylinder. So let's go to Create, Polygon Primitives, a cylinder, and I'm going to create this in the front viewport. Okay, so this is the cylinder that I have, and I'm going to make sure that my perspective is in the shaded mode, but all other viewports are in outline mode. Now you know how to do that, right? You can press number 4 on the keyboard to go to the outline mode, press number 5 on the keyboard to go to the shaded mode. So I'm going to go to the perspective, make it shaded, but go to the top viewport, make it outline mode, go to the front viewport, make it outline mode, go to the side viewport, make it outline mode. In the outline mode, it will be much more easier for me to see the divisions and the details, because it's kind of a transparent mode. Let's go to the perspective again. Now I'm going to bring it to the 0th position of the grid. I can make that by making the translate XYZ 0. And I'm going to go to Inputs Polycylinder 1, and I'm going to set the values for my cylinder. So I'm going to set a radius of 6, a height of 16, and the subdivision axis, that means the divisions on the cap, 20 is fine. Let's set the subdivision height to, let's say, 8, and subdivision caps, that means how many caps I need on the top and the bottom, let's set it to somewhere around 5. So I have 5 subdivision caps, 8 subdivision height, and 20 subdivision axis. Now you can increase the subdivisions of an object before you extrude, because it will be easier for you to get the initial model that you're going to create. Alright, let's go ahead. Now one more thing, this grid right here, sometimes it's a bit annoying to have the grid in the middle. It basically stands on your way. If you prefer this grid to be gone temporarily, you can turn it off by going into this toolbar, the viewport toolbar. You can go to this particular icon called grid and click on it. The grid will be gone. But if you need the grid for references, you can turn it on by clicking on the same icon. So I'm going to get rid of the grid for the moment because I think it's a bit annoying to have it in the middle. Alright, so let's go to the face mode. You can see you can select these faces individually. Now my idea is to create an exhaust system for my ship. So I'm going to select one faces. I'm going to bring this entire rim of surfaces or the faces to the outside. So I can hold the shift key and select this. Now you see the problem. I have only 20 faces and I have to click 20 times. But what if I had like 1000 faces here? Then I had to click 1000 times, and it will be difficult because they are tiny. They are going to be tiny, small faces. So in that case, rather than selecting everything manually, you can use a small keyboard shortcut. You can select one face. Assume that you want to select this entire rim of spaces. So you select one. You either select the immediate left one or the immediate right one. So here's the immediate left one, here's the immediate right one. You can select one of those and hold the shift key and double click on it. See what happens. I will do it again. You select a face, you go to immediate left one or immediate right one, hold the shift key and double click on it. So entire face will be selected, and it's true for other side as well. Now if you want to do this here, you can hold the shift key, double click on the immediate left or right. You can see the entire rim of faces are selected. Okay, so I'm going to use that technique here, and I'm going to press Ctrl E to extrude. Let's bring it out like this, and you can scale it down. So it's all about adding details that we need. So you can use the exact value. How many translations do we need? And let's go ahead and add more details. Now, since this is basically I'm creating a spaceship and I'm using the same method, I'm not going to narrate it unless there's something important that I want to highlight with. So I'm going to start modeling this exhaust system for my ship without describing, because this is the same thing that we have done so far. If there's something new, I will narrate those commands. So let's select this part as well. I'm going to bring it up right here, and let's make it a little bit smaller, and I'm going to set the divisions to let's say 6. So this is divided like this. Set the divisions to 6. You can increase those values if you want. Now you'll be wondering why I'm not selecting by double clicking. Actually, the most inner circle cannot be selected by double clicking on the immediate left. That doesn't work. So that one, of course, you have to select manually in order to get the things done. Let me select them manually. Okay. So instead of bringing this in, I'm going to send this. Bringing this out, I'm going to send this in. Not by a large margin though. Let's add more divisions to it. I'm going to add 16 more divisions to it and make it a little bit smaller like this. Switch to object mode and see how it looks. Okay, so you can always switch back to object mode and see how it looks, and then you can go to the face mode again. So I'm going to select these rims here. Make sure you go closer to the face that you want to edit. So that gives you more freedom and a good idea on what you are creating here. Okay, so I'm going to extrude this all together. But small thing that I'm going to do is when I drag it out, you can see all of these faces are coming out together. Now if you turn this off, this option called keep faces together, if you set it to off, you can see these faces are coming separately. So you can either select to keep them together, or you can select them to keep them separate. Up to you to select what sort of a mode or other outlook that you want to have from these faces. Make sure to save your work time to time, because it can be really heavy on your CPU and your PC. So this is what we have. See the faces right here. Let's add more details. So I'm going to switch to face mode again and do the same thing for this side as well. Be very careful when you're selecting the faces. You might select something that is not in the correct line of the faces. That can cause trouble for you in the long run. Like I said, you have to keep a good memory of the faces that you're creating and the exact the shape that you want to get out of it. Okay, that looks better. Keep it that way. And one more thing, when you exit to the object mode, when you deselect the object, you can't see these outlines properly. So if you want to see the outlines even if the object is deselected, you can turn on this wireframe on shaded option. That means it will show you the wireframe even if the object is deselected. Now only selected, it shows the wireframes, but in this case, even if it is deselected, it shows the output. Okay, so we can continue modeling this to get the exact output that you want. So you can see my piece is getting a little bit dragged and laggy because of the amount of faces are being increased. Nevertheless, we will try to get the maximum out of it. Right, let's extrude these faces as well. So I'm going to set the outline first and then extrude from this point onward. Increase the number of faces divisions here to a higher number, and I'm going to set my divisions to let's say somewhere around 6. Alright, you see how it looks from the outside. That looks much better, and yeah, we can continue. So I'm going to switch to the face mode and select these faces. Select the front faces here. I have selected all the front faces. Let's extrude this one more time. Set the outline first and send them in and make it a little bit smaller and drag them out again. Just like that. Let's add some divisions to it. Okay, and the object mode. Let me save this file one more time. I'm going to set the outlines of it. So it's not always the face that you want to work on. You can always select another mode as well. For example, I can switch to edge mode and select one of these edges and use the same technique, double clicking on the immediate left or right. As you can see, I have selected the entire rim of these edges. can press R key to get the scaling rather than extruding, and I can scale it up or down. So it's always on what you focus on, what you want to achieve as a shape, or in terms of the object overall shape, then you'll be able to do this very easily. So here I have used the edge mode. So I'm going to set the outer look of this particular exosystem. So I'm going to connect this to my ship. I'm going to need to my ship. So I have to have a part where I can connect this. So I'm going to select this part right here. Let's select this rim of faces, and with the shift key I'm going to select all these as well. I can make sure that I haven't selected any other faces by going into the outline mode. Yes, I haven't selected anything else. Press number 5, press Ctrl E to get the outline mode, Ctrl E to get the extrude. You can see my PC is slowing down due to the fact that I'm increasing the number of faces here. So I'm going to keep it like this and set my divisions to somewhere around 12. Okay, so I think this will give us a way for us to fix this to my ship. Okay, let's add a few more details. I'm going to select these rims of faces right here. I'll start with this one. Press Ctrl E. I'm going to turn off keep faces together option. Bring them out. Okay, they have nice surface details coming out from this object like this. Alright, so let's go ahead and add the final touches. So I'm going to select these faces right here. Select this one after the other. Extrude this outside. Okay, let's select these front faces. Okay, let's press Ctrl E to get the extruding on these faces as well. Should be a little bit smaller, and you can go from the extruding here. Let me add more divisions to it. Let's say somewhere like 6 divisions per face. And that's much more better. Okay. let's add a bit more details to this side as well. So I'm going to select the faces on the front row like this. Save it in case. See, my PC is getting stuck now. So more faces that you will have on your object, more heavy it will be on your PC. You have to understand, when your PC is no longer capable of handling the data or the details, only option for you is to get rid of some data in at that point. Hopefully you will be able to finish this with the resources that I have at the moment. So for the best. Okay, I think this is enough for our exhaust system. So I'm going to save this, and I'm going to create a duplicate of it by pressing Ctrl D on the keyboard. You can have two of these. So I'm going to connect these two to my ship. So these two will be my exhaust systems. Alright, now I'm going to go and get a new scene, because I'm going to create my body of the ship. So for the body, I'm going to start with the polygon cube actually, and let's bring it to the 0 position. Set the width and height everything to 8 by 8 by 8. Set it to face mode. Get rid of this grid, and let's try to create something that looks like a ship. Right. Create the pilot, the cockpit of the ship first. Let me rotate this a little bit. Okay, it's good. I'm just adding the details to the front of the ship at the moment. Go to edge mode and do some changes as well. This one right here. Okay, that's all about adding details and getting the exact shape that you want here. But make sure to balance the object, not that I'm doing the object, I'm keeping the object in balance. Okay, so see, I have forgotten to select the other side, so I'm going to undo this. Just like that, because I need to keep my faces or the object balanced. Do this again. Keep adding details to this. Set. So you can add more and more details actually. So I'm reaching the limits of my PC. Like I said, I'm working with the very slower PC here. So my one is a second generation i3 with a 4 GB of RAM. It's pretty old. So unfortunately, I have to adhere to the limitations of the laptop. Otherwise, this gonna crash. Okay, so we have the front part of the ship created. Let's focus on the back part of the ship. Save it one more time. I'm going to go to the edge mode and set my basic shape of the ship. So we need two wings actually to go to the other side. I can save these two and extrude. See which one gives us the best output. Drag these two out. And basically connect my exhaust. Yeah, that's something that I can work with. Let's go ahead and apply the correct values here. Now add a division of 8. That's too much. Let's go with something like 6 here. It's much better. save it. Sorry about the bottom part as well, because it should be nicer to look at, not only from the top side but also from the bottom as well. So let me show you something called bridging, which gives us kind of more leverage on the on creating the exact object that we need. So bridging is a way of connecting two faces together and creating like a wire or a bridge or linear or a smooth connection. So let me show you how it works. Now assume for a moment that I want to connect two faces. I want to connect this face right here with this one. So what I need is something like a bridge connecting these two. So how to do this is, I have selected the two faces and I'm going to take my mouse pointer to one of the faces, hold the shift key and right click. So while holding the shift, if you right click, you get this list, and there I'm going to go to option called bridge faces. I'm going to go to the options, which means I'm going to click on this box right here. So I get the bridge face options. I'm going to go to edit and reset the settings. The bridge type I'm going to set to smooth path, and I'm going to set the division to 24 and click on bridge. So it's okay that you don't get a proper output. In the settings, make sure source and the destination both are plus, so you get this bridge like this. Got it? Let me do it again. Select two faces, this one and this one, and go to bridge faces options, smooth path 24 bridge, and set the destination and the source to plus and plus. So I have something like that. Okay, and let's bridge a couple of other faces as well. So I'm going to bridge this one here, bridge faces. So let's go ahead and import our exhaust system here. So I can connect this to my ship. Let me save this. So I'm going to go to file, import, and I'm going to go to the place where I have saved my file. So I have saved this in default scenes folder. So I'm going to import default scenes folder and select my binary. That's the file type that I have used. So here's my exhaust. I'm going to import it. You can see these two files will be imported. Don't worry about the size and where you get them, you can fix it later. So I'm going to delete, get rid of one, because one is enough for me. So I need to make sure this is in the correct place. So I'm going to rotate this in the Y by 180 degrees. Move it to the side, scale it down. You can get the help of other viewports actually to do this, to place it exactly where you want it. So let's get a copy to the other side as well. Control D to the other side. you bring it a little bit to the inside. And this is how it looks like here. And we need to make sure we connect this to the main object. So one way of doing that is I can make sure all of these objects are single object. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to select one object, go to edit, delete all by type history, and select this, do the same thing, edit, delete all by type history, and do the same thing here, edit, delete all by type history. I have three objects, I'm going to combine them into one. So I can hold the shift key, select two objects together. In modeling menu set, click on mesh and click on combine. And when you click on it, you can see both of these objects are single object now. And don't forget to go to edit, delete all by type history, and do the same thing with the shift key, select this one, go to mesh, combine, and go to edit, delete all by type history. Let's go ahead and save this as the ship main or something. Now we can connect using the bridge because this is a single object. If I go to the face mode, if I select two faces that I want to connect here, example something like this face and this one, I can hold the right click, shift key, right click on the face and go to bridge faces. You can see these two are nicely connected. I can do the same for the other one as well. Select the two faces and right click on it and go to bridge faces. Okay, so finally we have a spaceship like this, and nevertheless we can make it smoother to look like an alien ship. Let me show you. You can select this object, go to mesh and click on smooth. You can see, let me smooth it one more time, and your object looks like this. You can see the nice outlook. Just make sure that it looks like a alien ship. Now from the other views also you can view this like this. Okay, so I will explain about your assignment on what you have to do. You need to create a spaceship like I explained a bit of time ago in the class, if you can remember. You need to find a spaceship from one of the movies, either Star Wars or Star Trek. Now what you can do is you can go to the Google and search on Star Wars or Star Trek ships and search for something called the blueprints. If you, for example, if you search on Star Wars ship, one example will be Star Wars X-Wing fighter. So if you search on Google saying X-Wing fighter blueprint, you will get the plan of the ship. Then you can look at it and you can create your ship. So I want you to select one of the ships from these movies and model it using Maya and upload to the given course web link. Make sure that you upload before the deadline. You have 2 weeks to complete, and for this assignment you're getting 20 marks, so make it a priority and make sure to upload your own work. So we'll finish up the lesson on extruding. Please follow the tutorial and create a ship first, then go to the assignment. Thank you.